What if unshakable confidence is not the result of one great heroic victory, but the silent accumulation of 1,000 small ones? What if the path to becoming a giant is simply to take one small, deliberate step every single day? The Stoics knew this secret, and it is the key to building a truly unbreakable character. Create unbreakable confidence through small daily wins. Stoicism, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Groundwork of inner stability. Imagine you are the architect and builder of a magnificent skyscraper, a structure designed to stand tall and unshaken for 1,000 years. Your first, most critical, and most arduous task is not to design the soaring spire or the beautiful glass facade. Your first task is to dig deep into the earth, to excavate the soft soil, and to lay a massive, unyielding foundation of concrete and steel upon the solid bedrock below. This deep, unseen, and unglamorous groundwork is the secret to the skyscraper's enduring strength. This is the first principle in building unshakable confidence. You must first lay the groundwork of inner stability. This video explores Stoic wisdom as a path to emotional mastery, mental strength, and fearless living, empowering you to unleash your inner strength and remain unshaken no matter what life throws at you. For many of us, however, we are in a state of constant inner conflict where we try to build a towering persona of confidence without any foundation. We chase the external markers of confidence, the flashy clothes, the assertive body language, the witty remarks, while our inner world remains a patch of soft, unstable, and unexamined ground. The problem with this facade-first approach is that it creates a hollow and fragile confidence that is terrified of being tested. This is one of the most common and painful challenges that people face in the context of emotional mastery and self-discipline. A skyscraper with no foundation is nothing but a movie set, a hollow shell that will be utterly destroyed by the first real storm of life. A major setback, a harsh criticism, a moment of high pressure. This lack of a stable inner core is the source of a deep and persistent anxiety, the gnawing fear that at any moment, our confident performance will be exposed as a fraud. The transformative solution is to stop worrying about the appearance of the skyscraper and to become a master of the groundwork. It is the Stoic habit of focusing on the deep internal work of building an unshakable foundation of stability, knowing that a truly confident presence is the natural and inevitable result of a solid inner core. The core idea is that, for the Stoics, confidence was not a feeling to be pursued, but a character trait to be built. The foundation of this character is the inner citadel, a fortress of the mind built upon the bedrock of reason and virtue. This inner stability is a state of being that is completely independent of external circumstances. It is the quiet, powerful knowledge that your core self is secure, well-ordered, and under your own command, regardless of the chaotic weather of the outside world. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it shifts our focus from the impossible task of controlling the world's opinion of us to the possible and powerful task of mastering ourselves. To begin laying your own groundwork, you must become the disciplined engineer of your own soul. The first actionable step is to practice the dichotomy of control as a daily mental exercise. Each morning, take 2 minutes to consciously separate what is within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your character, from what is not, everything else. Vow to build your stability only on the ground you own. The second step is to establish a daily routine. A consistent routine for waking, working, and resting is the concrete that forms your foundation. It creates order and predictability in a chaotic world. The third step is a practice of quiet contemplation. Spend 5 minutes each day in silence, simply observing your own inner state without judgment. This is the act of surveying your own ground, of getting to know your own inner landscape. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a profound and lasting sense of inner peace and stability. The frantic, anxious energy that comes from having no foundation will begin to be replaced by a quiet, grounded strength. You will feel a new sense of control over your own life because you will be building on the one piece of territory that is truly yours, your own mind. This is the essential first step toward building a confidence that is not a performance, but a genuine expression of your own solid character. Your call to action is to choose your one foundational practice. For the next 7 days, commit to either the daily dichotomy of control, exercise, or the 5 minutes of quiet contemplation. Choose one and lay the first stone of your foundation. This inner stability is the solid ground upon which confidence is built. But how is the structure itself erected? The next lesson will reveal the profound and often overlooked power of the small, simple choices you make every single day. If you are ready to lay the groundwork for an unshakable life, please like this video. And as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel for more foundational wisdom. Lesson 2. Power in simple daily choices. Imagine a single drop of water falling from the sky onto a massive granite boulder. By itself, it is a thing of insignificant power. It makes no discernible impact. But now, imagine that drop is followed by another and another and another, falling on the exact same spot, day after day, year after year, for 1,000 years. This relentless, consistent accumulation of small, simple actions can carve a deep canyon through the hardest rock. This is the second principle in building unshakable confidence, the immense, world-shaping power of your simple daily choices. Many of us, however, live in a state of inner conflict where we dismiss the importance of our small, daily actions. We believe that confidence and success are the result of grand, heroic gestures. The one big business deal, the one great creative work, the one life-changing decision. We are waiting for the great flood to change the landscape, and so we neglect the quiet, patient power of the single drop of water. The problem with this grand gesture mindset is that it leads to a life of inaction and self-sabotage. By telling ourselves that only the big choices matter, we give ourselves permission to be sloppy, undisciplined, and inconsistent with the small choices that make up 99% of our lives. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. We make the small choice to hit the snooze button, to eat the junk food, to skip the workout, to procrastinate on the important task, telling ourselves that these small things don't matter. But they do. Each of these small choices is a drop of water eroding our own self-respect and reinforcing the identity of someone who is not in control of their own life. The transformative solution is to embrace the profound wisdom of the water drop. It is the Stoic habit of understanding that your character, your confidence, and your entire destiny are forged not in the few great moments of your life, but in the countless, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day. The core idea is that every action is a vote for the type of person you want to become. The Stoics were masters of this concept, a practice they called ascesis, or daily training. They knew that a virtuous character is not a gift, but the result of a lifetime of small, virtuous choices. When you choose to get up on time, you cast a vote for disciplined person. When you choose to be honest when it's difficult, you cast a vote for person of integrity. When you choose to do the hard work first, you cast a vote for focused person. Each small daily win is another drop of water carving the canyon of your character. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it makes the monumental task of building confidence feel achievable. You don't have to change your entire life today. You just have to win the next small choice. To begin harnessing this power, you must become a conscious voter in the election of your own identity. The first actionable step is to choose your first vote. Identify one small, simple, positive choice that you can make today that is aligned with the confident person you want to become. It could be making your bed, reading for 10 minutes, or drinking a glass of water instead of a soda. The second step is to make that choice, and as you do it, to consciously and silently affirm to yourself, "This is a vote for the person I am becoming." The third step is to celebrate the small win. Take a moment to feel the quiet pride that comes from having kept a promise to yourself, no matter how small. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a powerful, positive feedback loop that builds unstoppable momentum. Each small win builds your self-trust and your self-respect. As your self-respect grows, your confidence naturally follows. You will stop seeing yourself as someone who wishes they were more confident and start seeing yourself as someone who is actively and successfully building a confident character, one small choice at a time. Your call to action is to cast your first vote right now. What is the one small, simple, positive choice you will make in the next hour? It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be a conscious choice in the right direction. Commit to it in the comments below and cast your first vote for a more confident you. These small, daily choices are the votes that build your character. But life will not always make these choices easy. The next lesson will teach you how to see life's small daily challenges not as obstacles, but as the very training ground for your resilience. If you are ready to harness the power of your daily choices, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 3. Resilience formed through small tests. Imagine a master blacksmith forging a legendary sword. He does not create its strength by hitting it with one single colossal blow. He creates its strength by subjecting it to thousands upon thousands of small, precise, and controlled hammer blows. He heats the steel, and then he taps it again and again with a practiced rhythm. Each small tap, each small test of the metal's integrity is what aligns its structure, drives out its impurities, and transforms it from a brittle piece of iron into a resilient, unbreakable blade. This is the third principle of unshakable confidence. Resilience is formed through small daily tests. We are often in a state of inner conflict where we wish we were more resilient, but we do everything in our power to avoid the small tests and discomforts of daily life. We see a long line at the store, a difficult conversation, or a frustrating piece of technology not as a hammer tap, but as an annoyance to be avoided at all costs. The problem with this avoidance of small tests is that it leaves our character like the untempered iron, soft, brittle, and completely unprepared for the real, hard impacts of life. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. If you cannot handle the small test of a traffic jam with grace, how can you possibly handle the great test of a major life crisis? A resilience that is never tested is not resilience. It is just a hopeful theory. By constantly choosing comfort over challenge, we are robbing ourselves of the very process that is designed to make us strong. The transformative solution is to become the wise blacksmith of your own soul. It is the Stoic habit of seeing every small daily annoyance, frustration, and challenge not as an obstacle to your peace, but as a perfect, custom-designed training opportunity to temper your own resilience. The core idea is a micro-application of the great Stoic maxim, "The obstacle is the way." The Stoics believe that the universe is a perfect training ground. Every single event that happens, no matter how small, is an opportunity to practice virtue. The rude commenter online is a chance to practice patience. The slow driver in front of you is a chance to practice calmness. The task you are procrastinating on is a chance to practice discipline. This gentle wisdom is profoundly empowering because it transforms your entire day from a series of potential frustrations into a perfectly designed gym for your character. There are no more bad days, only training days. To begin this practice of tempering, you must learn to welcome the hammer. The first actionable step is to reframe the test. When you encounter a small annoyance, your first thought must be a silent "thank you." Say to yourself, "An opportunity to practice my resilience. The blacksmith has arrived." The second step is to consciously choose your virtuous response. What virtue is this small test asking you to practice? Choose your response based on that virtue, not on your initial emotional reaction. The third step is to pass the test and then immediately let it go. Do not ruminate on the annoyance. You have completed the rep. Now move on to the next. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a truly battle-tested and resilient character. You will find that the small things that used to ruin your day no longer have any power over you. Your emotional skin will become thicker and stronger. Your confidence will grow exponentially because it will be based on the real-world evidence of you successfully passing hundreds of small tests every single week. You become the well-forged blade, strong, flexible, and ready for anything. Your call to action is to choose your hammer. Identify one small, recurring annoyance in your daily life. For the next week, your mission is to see this annoyance not as a problem, but as your personal resilience trainer. Every time it happens, greet it with a silent thank you and consciously practice a calm, virtuous response. These small tests are the raw data of your growth. But data is useless if it is not analyzed. The next lesson will teach you the crucial habit of daily reflection, the process that shapes the raw data of your day into the sharp perspective of wisdom. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 4. Perspective shaped by daily reflection. Imagine you are the captain of a ship on a long and important voyage. Every single evening, without fail, you retreat to your cabin for a crucial ritual. You open your captain's log and you reflect on the day's journey. You note the winds, the currents, the performance of the ship and the crew. You analyze what went well and what went wrong. You use the data from today to chart a better, wiser, and more efficient course for tomorrow. This daily reflection is what separates a master captain from a mere sailor. This is the fourth principle of unshakable confidence. Most of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict, where we are trying to navigate the treacherous seas of life without ever consulting our own logbook. We rush from one day to the next, from one experience to another, without ever pausing to reflect, to learn, and to consciously adjust our course. The problem with this unexamined life is that we are doomed to repeat our mistakes. A lack of daily reflection is like sailing without a navigator. You are at the mercy of the currents, and you will find yourself running aground on the same rocks and getting caught in the same storms, time and time again. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. It is impossible to build confidence when you are not learning from your own experience. You remain an amateur sailor, forever surprised by the predictable patterns of the sea, because you have never taken the time to study them. The transformative solution is to become the wise captain of your own soul. It is the Stoic habit of the philosophical journal or the evening review. The disciplined practice of ending each day with a brief but honest reflection on your own actions, judgments, and progress. The core idea is one of the most ancient and powerful in all of practical philosophy. The unexamined life is not worth living. The Stoics saw this not as an abstract philosophical statement, but as a practical command. Your life is the ultimate text, and you must be its most diligent student. This daily reflection is the process through which you transform the raw, chaotic data of your daily experiences into the organized, useful wisdom that shapes your perspective. It is how you ensure that you are not just getting older, but that you are also getting wiser. To begin this practice of charting your own course, you must make reflection a non-negotiable part of your day. The first actionable step is to schedule your reflection. Set aside just 5 to 10 minutes every evening before you go to bed. Treat this as a sacred appointment. The second step is to ask the Stoics questions. In your journal, answer these 3 simple questions. What did I do well today, according to my own values? What did I do poorly, and what can I learn from it? What am I grateful for? The third step is to do this with honesty, but without harsh judgment. The goal is not to beat yourself up for your mistakes, but to analyze them with the calm, objective eye of a strategist so you can perform better tomorrow. The benefits of applying these actions are the development of an ever-deepening sense of self-awareness and wisdom. You will stop making the same mistakes repeatedly. You will begin to see the patterns in your own behavior, which gives you the power to change them. Your confidence will grow, as you will see, in your own handwriting, the clear evidence of your steady, daily progress. You become the master captain, your journey guided by the compounding wisdom of your own experience. Your call to action is to open your first logbook entry tonight. Before you sleep, take out a piece of paper and answer just one of those questions. What did I do well today? Start the powerful habit of acknowledging your own small wins. This daily reflection gives you the perspective to navigate your life. But what happens in the heat of the moment when a storm hits and threatens to throw you off course? The next lesson will teach you how to maintain your balance in those difficult, high-pressure moments. If you are ready to become the captain of your own journey, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 5. Balance maintained in difficult moments. Imagine a skilled tightrope walker, suspended high above a cheering crowd. His secret is not rigidity. A rigid pole would snap. His secret is balance. As a sudden gust of wind, a difficult moment, pushes him to the left, he does not panic. He makes a small, calm, and precise adjustment to the right, using his long pole to instantly restore his center of gravity. His strength is not in avoiding the wind, but in his trained, reflexive ability to make constant, tiny adjustments to maintain his balance. This is the fifth principle of unshakable confidence: balance maintained in difficult moments. Many of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict on the high wire of life. When a difficult moment hits, a sudden confrontation, a piece of bad news, an unexpected setback, we have no system for maintaining our balance. We either become rigid with denial and suppression, or we overcorrect with a dramatic emotional reaction, and in both cases, we lose our balance and fall. The problem with this lack of emotional balance is that it makes us fragile and ineffective under pressure. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. If you cannot maintain your composure in a difficult moment, you cannot think clearly, you cannot make wise decisions, and you cannot access your own inner resources. You become a victim of the moment, your actions dictated by the sudden gust of wind rather than your own conscious will. This inability to maintain balance is a profound source of insecurity, the fear that we will not be able to handle ourselves when things get tough. The transformative solution is to become the tightrope walker. It is the Stoic habit of training your mind to make a series of small, rapid, and almost unconscious adjustments in the face of emotional turbulence, allowing you to maintain your calm, rational balance no matter how hard the winds of fortune may blow. The core idea is that emotional balance is a dynamic skill, not a static state. The Stoics, with their concept of apatheia, did not advocate for a life without feeling, but for a life where feelings did not overwhelm reason. The balanced mind, the mind of a tightrope walker, feels the push of the wind, the anger, the fear, the grief. But it does not become the wind. It uses its balancing pole of reason and training to instantly make a counter-move, a small adjustment that brings it back to its center. This gentle wisdom feels ancient and alive because it offers a path to a strength that is flexible and resilient, not rigid and brittle. To cultivate this dynamic balance, you must practice your adjustments in low-stakes situations. The first actionable step is to have a centering anchor. This is a simple physical action, like taking one deep breath or pressing your feet firmly into the floor, that you can use the instant you feel yourself losing balance. The second step is to have a rational mantra. This is a short, pre-planned phrase you can say to yourself to counter the emotional push, such as, "This is just a feeling, it will pass," or "I am in control of my response." The third step is to practice this in your daily life. Use the small annoyances and frustrations of your day as your training wire. Every time you feel a gust of irritation, practice deploying your anchor and your mantra. The benefits of applying these actions are the development of a remarkable and deeply impressive ability to handle difficult moments with grace and composure. You will stop being afraid of emotional turbulence because you will have confidence in your ability to maintain your balance. You will be able to think clearly and act wisely in the very moments that cause others to panic. This is the very definition of a resilient and unshakable character. Your call to action is to choose your anchor and your mantra today. Decide on your simple physical action and your simple mental phrase. For the next week, your mission is to practice using them together every single time you feel your emotional balance being tested, no matter how slightly. Balance in the moment is a crucial skill. But true, lasting confidence comes from the long-term accumulation of strength, a strength that is grown day by day through the power of steady, patient progress. The next lesson will explore this final stage of growth. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 6. Strength grown from steady progress. Imagine the growth of a great oak tree. If you were to watch it for a single day or even a single week, you would see no discernible progress. Its growth is too slow, too patient, too subtle to be observed in the short term. But if you were to return to it after 10 years or 50, you would be astonished by its transformation from a small sapling into a mighty, towering presence. Its immense strength is the result of a slow, steady, and almost invisible accumulation of daily progress. This is the sixth principle of unshakable confidence. Strength is grown from steady progress. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where we are addicted to the idea of rapid, dramatic transformation. We want to go from sapling to great oak in a single season. We try a new diet or a new workout plan, and if we don't see massive results in the first few weeks, we become discouraged and quit, believing the process is not working. The problem with this impatience is that it is the single greatest enemy of all real, lasting growth. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces in the context of self-discipline. Meaningful change in any area of life, in our character, our skills, our health, our confidence, is almost always a slow, incremental process. By demanding instant results, we rob ourselves of the only path through which true strength is built, the path of steady, patient, and often unexciting daily progress. The transformative solution is to adopt the mindset of the oak tree. It is the Stoic habit of falling in love with the process of slow, steady progress, and of learning to measure your growth in years and decades, not just in days and weeks. The core idea is the Stoic concept of prokope, which means progress or the journey toward wisdom. The Stoics knew that the ideal of the perfect sage was an unreachable star, but the true goal was to be on the path, to be making steady progress every single day. They understood that confidence is a byproduct of this journey. It is the quiet, powerful feeling that comes from looking back and seeing, with your own eyes, the tangible evidence of your own growth over time. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it frees us from the tyranny of short-term results and invites us into a more patient, sustainable, and ultimately more rewarding way of living. To begin cultivating this steady growth, you must become a patient gardener of your own potential. The first actionable step is to trust the process. You must have faith that your small, consistent daily efforts are compounding beneath the surface, even when you cannot see the immediate results. The second step is to track your progress over the long term. Keep a journal or a log of your small wins. Once a month, review your progress. This allows you to see the slow, steady growth that is invisible on a day-to-day basis. The third step is to focus on your reps, not the results. Your only job is to show up and do the daily work. The growth is the inevitable consequence of that consistent effort. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a strength and a confidence that are deep, real, and sustainable. You will be free from the demoralizing roller coaster of short-term results. You will develop a profound sense of patience and a powerful work ethic. You will build a life of real, tangible substance the way the oak tree builds its strong, dense wood, ring by slow ring. The transformation you will experience in your life is one from a frantic seeker of quick fixes to a calm and patient builder of lasting strength. Your call to action is to choose your one area of growth. Now, commit to tracking one small positive action in that area every single day for the next 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, look back at your log. See the undeniable evidence of your own steady progress. This steady progress is what builds the substance of your character. The final lesson is about how this long-term accumulation of small daily victories ultimately seals your confidence, making it truly unbreakable. If you found this lesson empowering, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 7. Confidence. Sealed by daily victories. Imagine you are building a great and formidable wall, a wall that will protect your inner city for a lifetime. This wall is your unshakable confidence. It is not built with a single massive slab of concrete. It is built one single, small, perfectly placed stone at a time. Each stone is a small, daily victory, a promise kept to yourself, a test passed, a moment of discipline chosen over ease. The wall's immense, final strength is nothing more than the sum total of these thousands of individual daily victories. This is the final principle. Your unshakable confidence is sealed by the relentless accumulation of small, daily wins. We are often in a state of inner conflict where we believe that confidence is something we will finally get after we have achieved some great external victory. After we get the promotion, after we make $1 million, after we find the perfect relationship. We are waiting for the wall to be magically gifted to us after the great battle is won. The problem with this destination model of confidence is that the finish line is always moving, and it keeps your confidence perpetually in the future, always just out of reach. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. It is a recipe for a life of "I'll be confident when." This makes our present moment actions tentative and insecure because we do not yet feel worthy of true confidence. The transformative solution is to completely reverse this model. It is the Stoic habit of understanding that confidence is not the prize you get at the end. It is the prize you give yourself every single day for winning the small battles, for placing one more stone perfectly in the wall. The core idea is that confidence is a byproduct of competence and a reflection of character. The Stoics knew that our self-perception is a direct result of our daily actions. You cannot think your way into a new identity. You must act your way into it. Every time you win a small, daily victory, getting up on time, keeping your word, choosing the difficult but virtuous path, you are providing your own mind with concrete, undeniable evidence that you are a person of discipline, integrity, and strength. Confidence is the reputation you build with yourself. This ancient wisdom feels profoundly alive because it puts the power to be confident in your hands, right now, in this very moment. You don't have to wait for a great victory to feel confident. You can start feeling it now by achieving a small one. To begin this practice of sealing your confidence, you must become the master mason of your own character. The first actionable step is to define your daily win. At the start of each day, define one small, specific, and achievable victory that you will accomplish that day. This is your one stone. The second step is to achieve that victory. You must prioritize this small win, ensuring that, no matter what else happens, you place your one stone in the wall. The third step is the most important. You must consciously acknowledge the victory. At the end of the day, as part of your reflection, take a moment to savor the feeling of having kept your promise to yourself. This is the act of sealing the stone in place with the mortar of self-respect. The benefits of applying this final habit are the creation of a genuine, evidence-based, and truly unbreakable confidence. It will no longer be a fragile hope for the future, but a solid reality based on the undeniable history of your own daily actions. You will build a powerful momentum of self-trust that will make you a more courageous, resilient, and effective person in all areas of your life. You become the builder of your own great wall, a fortress of character sealed by 1,000 daily victories. Your final call to action is to choose your victory for tomorrow. What is the one small, achievable win that you will commit to accomplishing? It could be a 10-minute workout, writing 100 words, or making one difficult phone call. Define your victory and then go and claim it. By laying the groundwork of stability, by understanding the power of your daily choices, by tempering your resilience through small tests, and by relentlessly accumulating these small, daily victories, you build a confidence that is not a performance, but is as real and as solid as a great stone wall. Unshakable confidence is not a grand prize won in a single moment, but a fortress built stone by stone with the small victories of each day. Through the Stoic practice of daily discipline, reflection, and steady progress, you forge a character that is the very source of its own profound confidence. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. We gently remind viewers to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more wisdom on building an unbreakable life.